Namo Amida Buddha. So why have I decided to do this? Why have I decided to become a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist priest? The main reason is because this is the natural course my life has taken. I wanted to play it safe. I wanted to live out the rest of my life as just some little old religious hippie who was a devout person of Shinjin. But that wasn't meant to be. I think the reason I've decided to make this decision, why I am now a monk in training, a priest in training. I say monk because I choose to be celibate. So in that sense, I am a celibate monk as opposed to a married monk. I shall be once I am officially ordained. I am in training. But like I said in the last video, I consider myself to be a monk because I know for a fact this is the course my life inevitably must take. So why have I done this? I've done this because for many people, Jodo Shinshu Buddhism is a mystery. It's a mystery because if you look up Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, you get so many different views and interpretations of what believing in Amida and the existence of Amida's pure land really is. You get conflicting views from atheists who have been ordained Jodo Shinshu Buddhist priests who very clearly state on their YouTube channels they do not believe in the literal existence of Amida Buddha or his pure land. And that is a quote. How can you be a part of a religion that teaches salvation through a living Buddha named Amitabha, that you will go in your next life to the pure land, a literal place, if you don't believe either is real? This is one of the main reasons I've decided to become a Jodo Shinshu priest in the Amida Ji school of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. Because there's a need for simple clarification of what we are and what we believe. What we are is a traditional Jodo Shinshu Buddhist sect in the tradition of Honen, in the tradition of Rinyo, in the tradition of Shinran, our founder. We are the people who simply follow the teachings as were taught by these Pure Land masters, without adding or subtracting anything to it. Because I remember watching a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist priest make that comment about not taking Amida literally or the Pure Land literally, and I'm thinking, so why the hell did you become a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist? That makes no sense. And it does make no sense. You know, if you don't believe in their literal existence, become something else, another school of Buddhism. Because Jodo Shinshu Buddhism teaches the literal existence of Amida Buddha and his pure land. And I don't care about what new modernist updates to these teachings are. They don't matter to me. I wanted to find out what the founders of Pure Land Buddhism, aka Master Honen, Master Shinran, Master Rinyo, what these people taught, what they meant, and what they were all about. And so I went directly to their writings. I also sought out a teacher after the death of my own sensei, Paul Roberts. I sought out a teacher that would teach very simply and directly what was taught by these Pure Land masters. And inevitably, of course, I was led to, Josho Adrian Sensei. Because I didn't want to hear an updated, secularized ideology of these teachings. This is why it is so necessary for me to become a priest, because I need to share on a larger scale what led me to become a man of Shinjin, what led me to become a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist, what led me to take literally the existence of Amida Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light and life, and what led me to truly know for a fact that in my next life I would be born in a literal Pure Land. To rob the world of this is to rob the world of the greatest gift known to humanity. And I know this to be true because of what it has done for my life. The greatest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life was the realization that I knew Amida Buddha had saved me through his primal vow. That just by saying his name in faith and wishing to be born in his Pure Land opened me up to receiving the reality that he was real, his salvation was real, and his Pure Land was real. There is no greater gift in my life than this realization. And so, inevitably, if I really am appreciative of what I have received through Amida, through his other power that does not come from me, I did not bring it to pass, I did not make it happen. It is a natural progression that I should want to do whatever is in my power to share with this broken Saha world of suffering and desire in this Dharma ending age of Mapo, in this age of chaos and pain. By using the story of my pain, of my suffering, of my misery, of the hell that was my life for so many years before receiving Shinjin, before understanding that Amida is a real Buddha and his Pure Land is a real place, and that Shinjin is a real phenomenon. It's not just, oh yeah, well, I say Nibutsu, but we all know that's not real, The Pure Land, it is no, it is not a representation. And I don't care what it represents. What matters to me is the fact that Amida is real, that Buddhas are real. This is an amazing reality, an amazing revelation to me. To understand that any sentient, cognizant being can come to the point where they can realize enlightenment. And that there are beings that cannot ever die, but re-manifest to guide us lovingly, to help us to find the way to enlightenment. That's what Amida Buddha has done for me. And yet you have people who call themselves Buddhists, who call themselves Jodo Shinshu, who say, oh, Buddhas, that term was created back in a day when there was a lot of superstition, gods, and gods are real, spirits, pretas are real, nagas are real, garudas are real. You can't really appreciate and understand this until you have encountered the real Amida Buddha through his other power. You cannot understand that or appreciate that truly until you have experienced the knowing, the realization of his reality. It blew my mind because once I knew I had received Shinjin, knew I was going to the Pure Land, I knew without a doubt that Buddhas are real beings. They're not symbols for enlightenment or purity or whatever the hell you want to say they are. These are transcendent beings that have surpassed anything we can comprehend. We're trying to interpret. The problem is that a lot of us, and that includes people who are priests or monks or whatever, we're using the terms of this very mundane, low energy vibration world to describe, comprehend, and understand Buddhist cosmology. And we come up pathetically flat because we cannot truly understand Buddhist cosmology unless we are a Buddha. Now, does that mean I should not study the Dharma? Absolutely not. Studying the Dharma not only helps to educate me, and yes, as a person of Shinjin, I have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn. Even at my old age, I have a lot to learn. But not only does it educate me by studying the Dharma, it brings me a calm peace. Does that mean I don't have problems? Of course not. I'm a person. I'm not enlightened. I am unenlightened. I did not come to Shinjin through my own power. And that's why I need Amida. That's why I need his Pure Land to become a Buddha. I will not become a Buddha during the course of my life here in this Saha realm. I will most definitely become a Buddha after I die and my ashes are cremated, my body is cremated, because that's how I want it done. And I will be born in my next life in the Pure Land. There would be no point in my becoming a Jodo Shinshu priest, as I see it, if I did not believe that Buddhas were real. That I thought, if I believed that Amida was a myth, if I believed that the Pure Land was merely a quaint fairy tale representing the nirvanic state. Well, what the hell good is nirvana if you can't, a nirvanic state, if you don't reach nirvana? If you just live out here as some kind of pseudo-spiritual genius only to eat shit, die, and then have the worms eat your corpse. I can do that studying any or no ideology. I am a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist because I know it to be true. I know the teachings of the Amida-ji school of Jodo Shinshu to be true because they are fully they are fully founded upon the teachings of Master Shentao, Master Honen, Master Shinran, and Master Renyo, and others who adhere to the unbroken transmission that comes to us through Amida Buddha. To us, our guru, our supreme guru, is Amida Buddha. Our transition comes directly through the other power, direct transmission of Amida Buddha. That comes to us through Shinjin, which is simple faith. But in my opinion, that doesn't do justice for this. It is simple faith, but I call it, I prefer Shinjin because I've had simple faith in other religions. And I mean, it is the correct term. Simple faith equals Shinjin. Shinjin equals simple faith. But that simple faith is not faith we have. I've had my simple faith before as a Buddhist, as a Wiccan, as a Christian, as, a New Ager. This does not compare to the simple faith I now have that comes directly from Amida Buddha through his other power. And that's what other power means. It's not from me. I can't produce it through my unenlightened mind or my unenlightened heart. It comes through him, Amida Buddha. This is why I have to be a priest. I can't just grow old and die with this knowledge. I have to share this knowledge so that future generations know Buddhas are not myths. The other power of Amida Buddha is not a myth, because Amida Buddha is not a myth. This has changed my life for the better. Knowing Amida Buddha, living a simple life of faith. When a Pure Land Master says, I cling to the sleeves of Amida Buddha, I understand what that means personally. I do it every day. When I say Namo Amida Butsu, I'm not trying to chant a mantra to save myself or using some kind of New Age exercise to calm my mind. I'm clinging to Amida's sleeves and saying, I am so grateful that you are here, Daddy. Thank you, Mother, for being here. My Oya-sama, my mother, my father, my parent. Amida Buddha is someone who walks beside me every single day, who walks before me to guide me every single day. Does it mean I don't make mistakes? No. You'll notice I'm here in the Saha realm with you. I'm here in this Dharma ending age, watching the world around me crumble because of the stupidity of unenlightened beings like myself. And I don't think for a moment that because I've received Shinjin, that it doesn't mean that I would do something even more, I wouldn't do anything more stupid than the idiots around me. Because I am what we call in Jodo Shinshu a bamboo, a spiritual idiot. And I know this. And what I have found from decades of spiritual searching is that there's only one remedy for being a spiritual idiot, a bamboo. And that is the other power, Shinjin, of Amida Buddha. The simple faith that is not simple at all because it is a revolution unto itself. It is a knowing that Buddhas exist and that there is a Buddha named Amida Buddha who created a pure land of ultimate bliss and peace. A place not where I will go to sit on my laurels once I go there, but that I will become enlightened and I will come back to every sentient being I've ever encountered through every life I've ever had, every life I've ever lived, and guide them. I know this is true. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a quaint mythology. Amida Buddha is my Supreme Savior. And I am so grateful to have the rare opportunity to live out the rest of my days totally glorifying Him to the best of my ability, which, it's not that great. But nothing could be a greater honor to me than to be a priest and tell the world, I'm not just doing a bunch of rituals, I'm not just following a bunch of traditions. I am saying thank you and showing my gratitude to someone who I love right now. And that someone is Amida Buddha, my divine Lord, my Savior, my very best friend, my life companion throughout all eternity. Namo Amida Bu.